Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I was going to be the last speaker of the day and just changed my speech. I thought I'll share a story with you. A story of a school that is situated in the rural belt of Delhi, in the rural outskirts, in a place, a village called Kherakhurd. A school that was supposed to be shut down in the year 2009. And this story begins and ends with a challenge. The challenge it begins with is a challenge that was posed to me by the management, the DAV College Management Society. And they said, we plan to close down a school because the school is not doing too well. It does not have too many students. And would you like to give it a try? I said, why not? So I threw a challenge to myself and then to my colleagues, my teachers in that school. Now this particular school has some students, almost 40% of the students are first generation learners. In fact, in the last session, there was one question about broken focus of children in a school who are below poverty line. Well, most of the students in my school belonged to that broken focus category, but no more. And the magic was not done by one person alone. It was just by throwing challenges, accepting them, and creating an environment in which those challenges could be met with. So what happened in the school was that in the year 2010, when I joined this school, I looked at the students and I said, well, I have the best human resource in the country. Because the rural area is an area where the children have lesser distractions. They don't watch TV that much. And till that point of time, they were not exposed to computers a lot. So I thought, well, this is my human resource along with the teachers, and I'm going to use it to its best. So I threw a challenge to those students and the teachers. I said, you are in a rural background. Would you like to go urban or global? They said global. So the first thing that we did was that our tagline became connecting pathways, rural to global. We set up an international policy even before there was a vision or a mission statement for the school. The tagline and the international policy worked wonders because I used to ask certain questions to the students in the assembly. I used to tell them, would you like to recite an English prayer in the assembly? And before throwing such small challenges, we used to have small posters on all sides saying, smile and say, yes, I can. And those students used to say in unison, yes, we can. Slowly, we started introducing certain English prayers which improved their pronunciation, their confidence, and Sanskrit prayers too. Because Sanskrit is the mother of all languages. And then I looked for a number of organizations who could help me. One such organization, the Face to Faith organization, in which Simikher helped me. In fact, at that time, none of the DAV schools had taken up the Face to Faith program. So she said, it's a pilot project for a DAV school. And the students, when they heard about video conferencing, for a moment they could not believe. They said, what is it all about? Hum television par aayenge? Hum baat karenge? I said, yes, why not? Even finances was a problem, but then this program, there are no costs involved. And the students got their first touch of the global part. This was our first step from rural to global. And thereafter, we started using ICT to strengthen our school. Finances was a problem, yes. But then I told my teachers and students, when you cannot grow this way, you can grow any other way. I've grown that way in the wrong way, but then I told them, I said, grow in better ways than this. So the teachers, they started creating a cyberspace for themselves, and so did the students. We started with blogs. I told you finances was a problem. Blogs are for free. They started uploading their syllabus. Now the senior students were told that you would not be given syllabus in writing. In fact, syllabus used to be handwritten and then cyclo-styled, and then it was given to the students. So the teachers started putting them on blogs. And slowly we started weaning them out of this paper culture, printed culture. They used to just look at the blogs. The blogs, in fact, now there is a bloggers club, Kheda Khurd Bloggers Club. And every club of the school has a blog. Every teacher has minimum one blog, including their principal. Then CBSE sent out a circular that all schools should have a website. Well, the teachers started looking for options, and we came to know that free websites are also possible. So that was the first time that we launched the school website. Now, before I came here, I did not know that we were supposed to bring presentations. But then when I saw speakers using presentations, I borrowed a laptop, looked at some blogs of my teachers, looked at the school websites, and then did some snipping and created a folder. I'm going to share those photographs with you. But then besides the face-to-face organization, there were other organizations that helped me. While browsing through the internet, I tried to look for an education management system. Although, again, like I told you, I wanted something low cost. But then there was this one organization in Bangalore who had not come down to Delhi so far. And they said, why don't you try our software? I said, why not? And there were training programs for the school, and before we knew it, the education management system was in place. The parents and the students, they were looking at their results online. The parents were looking at the attendance online, and we were giving computer-generated report cards in that area of Delhi. But of course, there were problems. There were parents who came down to me and said, computers, they are supposed to be bad. The moment a child clicks on a particular website, he can be exposed to so many things. I said, well, so the same problems were associated when printing was started. Some parents did not agree. And how we solved this problem was that we had a workshop for the parents. And we taught them how to make email IDs. And besides that, the most important thing, we told them how to check the web history and check which sites have been visited by their children. And after that, there were inquiries posed to the computer teachers that which computers are good, which computers are bad, which computers should we buy for our children. So ICT helped to bridge the divide. Then I came to know about the British Council ISA Award. And when I looked into the system, I thought it might be difficult. I thought maybe we will not be able to do it. But then again, it was thrown as a challenge by a group of students. They said, can we do it? Then I had to smile and say, yes, we can. And we developed an action plan, sent it to the British Council ISA committee. It was passed, and the last year when we did this, when we followed this action plan, I found a tremendous change in my students. Their confidence level was higher, and in fact, when they were going to other schools, in the urban, so-called urban region of Delhi, I found that they were more confident, they were winning more prizes. And this year, even after getting that award, I said we will again have an action plan and again let our students do it. And they are still doing it. They are still collaborating with the other schools in other parts of India and the world. And here, I want to say something, especially to some people who asked questions regarding, resources being a problem or finances being a problem. When you use ICT in the right spirit, finances is never a problem. We are collaborating with schools in India. We are now collaborating with other DAVs in other parts of India through Skype. Our teachers, they are sharing their creative activities. We are using certain open source softwares. And our teachers are creating beautiful worksheets. The students, they have plenty of innovative teaching methods exposure. In fact, a group of teachers from our school, they conducted workshops for other DAV schools, which, nobody could believe that it was possible. And a few, clips that I would like to share with you. We had this exhibition in February, and what was told to the teachers and students is that they would be allotted one country about which they have to display in their classrooms. Yes, the charts were there. Yes, there were some, logos and other things about the country which were displayed on the walls. But the magical thing was what was happening in the classrooms. The students had downloaded videos from YouTube, and even in the absence of a dance and music teacher, they were... Okay, what was magical was what was happening in the classrooms. The students had downloaded videos from YouTube, and they were showing the national dance of that country. They were singing the national anthem of that country. I still remember what happened when I moved to a classroom that was showing South Africa. There was a skit comparing the lives of Nelson Mandela and Gandhi. And the students, I don't remember the national anthem, but what I know is they were singing it like this. Probably that's the way South African people recite their national anthem. So what I believe is that once a challenge is thrown to the students and the teachers, be that any person anywhere in life, and that person gets the right environment to work, then magical things do happen. The teachers who were not using computers, they were challenged to print their question papers. Even the Hindi and Sanskrit teachers, they were able to do this. And mind you, no Hindi keyboards. It was through Google. The children were teaching us. They told us that on Gmail, we can select the Hindi option, type in English, and it comes in Hindi. You simply copy-paste it on a Word file. You can insert pictures also. So we did not need a very trained faculty for that. The students and teachers were training themselves. Now a few slides, not slides, snippets that I'm sharing with you. That's the school website, and what you can see is it's a free software, that's Weebly. So we're not paying anything for this website. The second slide again is a part of the school website. The third one shows the international policy of the school. The fourth slide, the next slide, is the school blog. And this school blog is linked to the teachers' blogs, the students' blogs, and the club blogs. And the next slide shows a list of some of those blogs. These are the blogs of the clubs, and next is the blogs that are made by the teachers. The next slide is a snippet from a teacher's blog that shows a German delegation, no, the previous one, yes. A German delegation visited the school, and there were about 22 teachers, and each German teacher was there in a classroom for 2 periods. Now, a lot of learning took place then, but a lot of learning took place before that also. Because when the students came to know that some German visitors are coming to the school, they did their own homework. In fact, a group of students came to me and advised me that when the visitors come to school, I should wish them saying Guten Morgen. I did not know that it means good morning in German. Then a number of activities are being projected now on the blogs with the students' help, and a number of radio shows. Now, this is again, the next slide is again a snippet from a blog. Of course, I could not download the recording, the speed was slow, but a number of radio shows are now being recorded by the students themselves. They edit it on an open source software called Audacity. We don't have a sound system or a studio, but they are doing this on their own. Then a number of worksheets that are being prepared. I mentioned that, so I thought I'll share a few. The PDF file, please. We are using some softwares. One is Wordle. Now Wordle, and a number of others. So the teachers are using these softwares to create worksheets. For the senior classes, these worksheets are uploaded on the blogs and on the site that has been created by the education management system providers. So the students download it from that, and then they simply do it on their computer, and it is discussed in the class the very next day. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you my story ends also with a challenge. After looking at this, the management committee of the school, they have now provided us with a piece of land, another piece of land, so that the school can grow further. And I know now that it's a challenge that has been posed to me, but then I also know that with my students and my teachers, I may not be able to run, but I sure will take baby steps. And with my DAV Kherakhurd faculty and students, I'm sure to reach that destination that I have in mind for this particular school. Thank you so much.